Nebraska gets it done against Rutgers, 14-13. Coming at you with some post-game analysis and some takes. What a game! I mean, that's probably every single Nebraska fan's reaction. It wasn't a pretty win. It wasn't a desirable outcome. I mean, from a winning perspective, it wasn't a desirable outcome. We barely won, but we won. A win is a win is a win is a win. And let's just shortly talk about what got us there. Start off just with start of the game. Start of the game really did not go our way. Rutgers went down the field, scored a field goal on the first drive, and the offense just couldn't do a single thing. We didn't score a single point in the first half. Defense didn't play well, and I'm going to tell you this right now. It could have been a lot worse going into halftime. We took advantage of a couple Rutgers mistakes. They could have had to score a little bit. We got lucky that they only put up 13. And the second half, again, just like that, some changed. Mickey made some adjustments. And you know what I've noticed over the last couple of weeks with Mickey is that under Frost, we never made defensive adjustments. Just never. And it seemed like if we were getting burnt one way defensively in the first half, it would be the same way in the second half. And that has not happened under Mickey. We've made adjustments. And more importantly, we haven't done that under Bill Bush, the new DC. And that shows you leadership. That shows you coaching. And the guys are believing. We have shut out teams in the second half 2 weeks in a row. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen around here. And that's really important that happened. And we got the win. Casey Thompson came up clutch. He didn't really have a great game. He got banged up, had 2 interceptions in the first half, but really came alive in the second half. Trey Palmer had a really good game. Marcus Washington was all over the field today for the Huskers. And he had a couple drop passes, had a couple, there was one play that was ruled incomplete that he did catch. The refs, by the way, we can talk about them later. The refs were not good today in any regard. Honestly, I don't think the refs are good for both teams, so I don't think it was an outcome on whether who won or lost, but the refs were not good at all. The announcers were not good at all. We can talk about that later. Just major takeaways from this game. The offense got clicking, but it's still a work in progress. The defense and the adjustments, this is a solid defense. And them shutting out teams twice in a row in the second half tells you the talent that we have defensively, and it tells you the confidence we have defensively. Now, if we can go out of the gate and play like we did against Purdue, especially next week, Purdue is a massive game. If we can play as well defensively off the rip instead of making adjustments at halftime, we're going to put ourselves in a great position to win that game. And Purdue is a high-powered offense. But it was a big win, man. It was a big win. And the defense made adjustments, and the defense stepped up, got a couple clutch turnovers, a couple picks that really were huge, and Rutgers were driving, and Rutgers got the ball back, and we get a pick and get the ball back to our offense. So the defense really came into play. I think Mickey should potentially give some black shirts out this weekend or next week because I personally would wait a couple more weeks, but they're playing really well right now, and they're making adjustments, and that is a testament to how good of a defense coordinator Bill Bush is. Switching over offensively, I thought the offense played subpar. I know we won the ball game, but we played a team like Rutgers who we could have hanged 30-plus points on, and we only scored 14, all of those points coming in the second half. We need to find more consistency offensively. The play calls were not great. There was a 4th down and 1 that we ran 5 wide. We ran a 5 wide on 4th and 1. We didn't run the football, and it was incomplete, and we had turnover rundowns. That can't happen. And that's a testament to Mark Whipple. Mark Whipple cannot make play calls like that. You got to trust your running back. Anthony Grant's been solid all season. He had another decent game today. You got to trust him. I think the emergence of Anthony Grant is really important for this offense. He's played so well this season. Having A.J. Allen get hurt our offense just by not having another body, but Anthony Grant's production as a result is going to go up because he's going to get more carries, and he's just a stud. I thought the O-line played putrid today. Let's not forget that. This offense is still really lackluster, mostly because of the fact that our offensive line is the worst in Power 5 football. It was getting dominated today by Rutgers in every fashion. That can't happen. That can't happen. And I don't know what has to change because I don't think we have enough talent on the offensive line. I'm just going to say that right now. I understand we have 4 stars and high recruits, but the talent's just not there. And it was evident because we benched Benhart, replaced him with Hunter Anthony, and he's been just as bad, if not worse. So that's a problem, but we're not going to focus on that right now. We're going to focus on the win. Big win against Rutgers. We're 3-3. We're back to 500. We are 2-1 in Big Ten play. We're number 1 in the West for the time being. It was a big win, and it was a win that we needed to get momentum, especially to get momentum for Mickey. And it's a big game on the road, and now we go travel to Purdue, one of the better teams in the Big Ten West. If we win this game next week, there is a real opportunity Nebraska could make a bowl game, and there's a real opportunity that Nebraska could be a contender in the West this year. So I will say this about Mickey Joseph. I don't want to talk about Mickey Joseph being the guy or any of that because, or, being the guy going forward. I don't want to talk about Mickey Joseph potentially being the next head coach. I agree that Mickey Joseph has a shot, but I don't think we need to talk about it. We need to focus on Mickey Joseph right now. And we need to focus on Mickey Joseph's efforts right now. And then once the season's over, then we can start talking about him potentially being the next coach. So that's not here nor there. I understand a lot of people are going to go talk about it. Every time we win, it'll be, oh, Mickey Joseph should be the next head coach. Every time we lose, it'll be, oh, Mickey Joseph should not be the next head coach. He's the head coach right now. He's interim. Let's focus on that. Let's not focus about next season because the season right now is still going on. Big win, 3-3 Huskers. We're halfway through the year. That's wild to think about. That we're halfway through the season already, but there's bright days ahead. And it's good to build momentum. We have a tough stretch coming up. We play Purdue. You need to win that game. You play Illinois. You need to win that game. In the last 4 games, Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, not going to be easy. So good to build momentum. And hopefully Casey Thompson, the offense, can get rolling. Putting up 14 points today really wasn't that acceptable, but we got it. We got the win. And that is a testament to the coaching. That's a testament to the culture that they're actively trying to change. We wouldn't have won this game if Scott Frost was the coach because we had a losing culture. And Mickey Joseph is trying to change that, and he's doing a damn good job. Big win for the Huskers. Signing off, this is Wilson Dittman. And you can expect to see pregame and postgame reaction all year long. And thank you for watching, and have a good night. Huskers win, baby.